we are going to shift off of Epstein and move over to Donald Trump being unwell. His health is very clearly in decline. I mean, this is kind of, just the natural course of life. When you're an old person, things happen. Your body breaks down. You start dealing with certain medical conditions because you're 80. Donald Trump, despite his perceived cognitive decline, and I say perceived because it's definitely happening, albeit in a different way compared to Joe Biden. Whereas Joe Biden had like forgetful dementia, like I can't remember my middle name dementia. Donald Trump appears to have combative dementia, where he lashes out at people for no reason. He just gets really bent out of shape about certain questions and is really agitated. However, none of that can be verified, or at least won't be verified until after the presidency, like we saw with Joe Biden. But over the last couple of days, we've seen these pictures of President Trump floating around. The one on the left is Donald Trump's right hand that is seemingly covered in makeup. As you can see, his skin is two different discolorations. Why is that, you might add? Well, the speculation is that Donald Trump has been receiving some sort of IV, and he is wearing makeup on his hand to cover it up. The following pic are his swollen ankles. This one does have a medical condition attached to it. This is chronic venous insufficiency. Long story short, it is a condition wherein you have poor circulation to your legs, which causes things like pooling. It could go so far as to cause deep vein thrombosis and blood clots, although it doesn't appear that President Trump is in any immediate danger. But this tweet here is courtesy of the main wonk. I have no idea who the fuck this guy is. It says, what is it? What is his bio? Geopol, Intel, and NatSec, radical centrist. Okay, great. This is awesome. Democratic strategist. Yeah, we are in the weeds with this one. Swollen ankles at the World Cup, bruised hand at today's press availability. Is the Trump administration hiding the president's health? Where is Jake Tapper? Certainly, the Trump administration is covering up. They are definitely covering up his health. I mean, for God fucking sakes, this guy gets an annual physical every year and is reported to be in remarkable physical condition, even though he is at the least very clearly overweight. Where is Jake Tapper is interesting because Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson wrote a whole book about the Biden administration covering up Joe Biden's very clear mental and physical decline. Everybody on the left outside of the Democratic establishment and on the right as well, towards the end of Biden's second term for like the third and fourth years, were like, yo, this guy needs to be in a home. There is no way he can be president. He was lost. He had just like a blank stare. Sometimes if he wasn't given this cocktail of drugs before a speech, he didn't know how to fucking read the teleprompter. Again, all of this understandable because Joe Biden is 82 fucking years old. However, he's the goddamn president of the United States. He should not have been the fucking president. What's bothersome about this situation is that, shockingly, Republicans are not showing any concern about President Trump's health. This is a non-story for them. No, he's still as big and beautiful and strong as ever before, even though, again, very clearly, his health is declining. I have this article here from the Associated Press, which expands a little bit on Donald Trump's on his, I don't want to say like his medical abnormalities, but his current medical condition. Trump is checked for lower leg swelling and diagnosed with common condition in older adults. President Donald Trump recently had a medical checkup after noticing mild swelling in his lower legs and was found to have a condition common in older adults that causes blood to pool in his veins, the White House said. Thursday, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said tests by the White House medical unit showed that Trump has chronic venous insufficiency, which occurs when little valves inside the veins that normally help move blood against gravity gradually lose the ability to work properly. Leavitt also addressed bruising on the back of Trump's hands, seen in recent photos covered by makeup that was not an exact match on his skin tone. She said the bruising was consistent with irritation from his frequent handshaking and use of aspirin. Trump takes aspirin to reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. I've been shaking so many hands that my hand is bruised. Listen, little bit of my medical history just for comparison. Like last month, I was diagnosed with ITP, which is a low platelet condition. I'm undergoing treatment. I'm fine right now. My platelets are low, but it's whatever. I'm undergoing treatment. One of the symptoms that caused me to go to the doctor was random bruising and like severe bruising. Not once did I ever get a bruise on my fucking hand from shaking someone's hand, coming from someone who bruised by just existing. There is something a little bit more happening here. She said during her press briefing that her disclosure of Trump's medical checkup was meant to dispel recent speculation about the 79-year-old president's health. Nonetheless, the announcement was notable given that the Republican president has routinely kept secret basic facts about his health. Yeah, he lies about his weight, he lies about his height. Well, to be fair, like every guy lies about their height except me because I'm 5'7". Like what the fuck? Like it doesn't matter if I lie about my height. I'm still short, okay? But yeah, he lies about his weight. He's like 6'3", 245. It's like, yeah, okay, so is fucking Derrick Henry. And you guys do not look the same. Trump in April had a comprehensive physical exam with more than a dozen medical specialists. Holy shit, that's insane. The 3-page report released then by the White House did not include a finding of chronic venous insufficiency. At the time, Trump's doctor, Sean Barbarella, determined that the president's joints and muscles had full range of motion with normal blood flow and no swelling. Listen, every time these reports come out, I don't fucking believe them because there's no way that this dude is in perfect health. I refuse to believe it. Show me an old person that's in perfect health and I'll show you someone that doesn't exist. It just does not happen. There is always something wrong with you when you're old. It's just the toll that your body takes from all these years on Earth. Some of them are, obviously non-life-threatening, whether you just have like stiff ankles or something. But Donald Trump is like morbidly obese. He's fat as fuck, dude. I'm being honest. Like he's a rotund individual. All these years of snacking on McDonald's, like Big Macs, French fries. I enjoy a bit of fast food, but this motherfucker was like, I will eat 3 fillet of fish a day. It's like, you are disgusting. 1 fillet of fish is too many. If you're a fillet of fish enjoyer, I'm sorry. That shit is absolutely disgusting. I just refuse to believe that someone who is as remarkably overweight as Donald Trump does not have one health abnormality. I think that it's just a fucking lie. I do think that they are covering up his health as well. Leavitt did not say when Trump first noticed the swelling in his lower legs as part of the president's routine medical care, and out of an abundance of caution, she said he had a comprehensive exam that included vascular, lower extremity, and ultrasound testing. She noted that chronic venous insufficiency is a benign condition that is common in people over 70. She said the test revealed no evidence of deep vein thrombosis, a more serious medical condition in which a blood clot forms in one or more of the deep veins in the body, usually in the legs, nor was there any evidence of arterial disease, she said, reading a letter from Barbabella. People are often advised to lose weight, walk for exercise, and elevate their legs periodically, and some may be advised to wear compression stockings. Severe cases over time can lead to complications, including lower leg sores called ulcers. Blood clots are one cause, but was ruled out, Leavitt said. Leavitt said the condition wasn't causing the president any discomfort. She wouldn't discuss how he was treating the condition and suggested those details would be in a doctor's letter, which was later released to the public. But the letter was the same as what she read and did not include any additional details. Dr. Anahita Dua, a vascular surgeon at Mass General Brigham who has never treated Trump, said there is no cure for chronic venous insufficiency. Quote, the vast majority of people, probably including our president, have a mild to moderate form of it, Dua said. People with the condition can reduce swelling by wearing medical grade compression socks or stockings to help the blood circulate back to the heart, or by walking, she said. The exam the White House disclosed Thursday included other testing that found no signs of heart failure, renal impairment, or systemic illness in Trump. Leave it. Said, quote, the president remains in excellent health. That's just not true. There is literally something wrong with him. He has a medical condition. He has a medical condition that poses the threat for complications. I do not believe it is appropriate to say that he is in excellent health, which I think all of you witness on a daily basis, she told reporters. Why did I talk about this? Like, who gives a fuck if the president is dealing with a benign condition? Well, I do. I do, because I have an agenda to push. And my agenda is that if you are going to have a minimum age for someone to become president, you need to have a maximum age at which someone can no longer be president. Make it 65, make it 70, make it something. Because I am sick and tired of these geriatric motherfuckers taking office, and then after 2 years, their body literally starts to fall apart like their goddamn Mr. Potato Head. I don't think it is appropriate for the leader of the most powerful country in the planet to be on constant alert of their medical condition, nor do I believe it is fair for the people who live in this country to literally just expect the president to drop dead like any given day. That's what happens when you're dealing with old people. It gets to a point where someone hits a certain age and you're like, okay, it can literally happen at any time. Anytime. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not manifesting it. Listen, if you guys are around old people, you know, like when someone's 80, 81, 82, they haven't taken the best care of themselves, you know, you're looking at them like, all right, yeah, like it seriously could happen. Like, there's just less of a chance of that happening if there were to be a younger president. I just do also believe in, again, it really the principle here that I'm arguing is that if you have a minimum for anything, you have to have a max. It's just not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Why does AOC have to wait to be 35 to run for president, but yet Holden Bloodlust can run in that same election at 118 years old? It's not fair. It's not fair.